Hey guys, so you probably looked at the title and thought, what? More eyeshadow decluttering? Why? Well, here's what happened. When I started that last declutter, I started going through everything and it took a really long time to sort through everything, figure out how old everything was. And so over the course of those days, I started using a lot of those products that I was decluttering. And I guess it was a good idea that I did that declutter because I started getting some problems with my eye and the skin around my eye. And so I guess I did the right thing by getting rid of those things. But I was also using the things from 2014 a lot during that time. And I started thinking the other day, oh, by the way, that irritation is almost gone now. So I was doing some different things to try to get rid of it. But anyways, was also using the eyeshadows from 2014 a lot during that time because by going through everything and reorganizing things, I realized that 2014 was probably too old to be keeping too. So hopefully it will be safe to keep everything 2015 up until now. So today's video is going to be another eyeshadow declutter. This is basically every eyeshadow I bought in 2014 I'm getting rid of. So, by the way, I'm still getting comments from people saying, you know, can you please send me the stuff you're decluttering? I'm only getting rid of this because it's old and it's not safe, people. So please don't send me those comments because if it's not safe for me, it's not safe for you either. So this is all going in the trash, and everything I got rid of before, that is long gone. And everything that I'm getting rid of in this video will be gone and in the trash like as soon as I finish filming. It'll be gone because actually the trash man is coming this morning, so hopefully I can get it out there before he comes. So anyways, let's get started because there's a ton of stuff. Okay, so the first thing I have, I can't even really take it out of the bucket because there's too many. These are the Milani Bella Eyes single eyeshadows. You guys know how much I love these because I've talked about them and shown them and done videos about them so many times. But they're not really available anymore. Sometimes you can trip across them like at Dollar Tree. They have a few shades left on their website, but that's basically just Milani trying to get rid of the stock that they have left, that they hung on to a few colors for whatever reason. So anyways, I had them in every single color and I will be getting rid of those. And then I have everything on the table in front of me, so I'm just gonna randomly pick things. I'm not gonna do things like in any certain order like I did last time. So I've also had to take a few of my MAC eyeshadows out of what was left that was newer and move those into the palettes that I'm keeping for reference only. That's the only brand that I'm doing this with. Everything else I'm just throwing it out. But MAC is probably the eyeshadows that I'm most sentimentally attached to, so I'm keeping all of them just so I can use them as reference for color to be able to compare them to other things. So rather than show you what I'm getting rid of, I'm going to show you what is left. This is what I have left that is 2015 or newer. So this is my MAC eyeshadow collection now. These are the only ones that I will be able to use safely. Everything else is just going to be for reference. So I know I didn't show you what I was getting rid of, but I'm not really getting rid of it. But I have stacks and stacks. I showed in the last video. I have stacks and stacks of palettes of MAC eyeshadows. Okay, oh, speaking of MAC, I'm getting rid of a couple more pigments, Melon and Tan. These are 2014, so I'm just, those might have been okay to use. I don't know. I'm not taking any chances. I don't want an eye infection or a skin problem, and I definitely feel like I just got over some kind of irritation from using old eyeshadows, and I don't know which ones it was that turned, or it must have had a high bacteria count, so I'm just getting rid of all of this. Okay, Gabriel Cosmetics is a brand that they sell at Whole Foods Market. I have Dove and Charcoal, and I did really enjoy these. I feel like the Dove color, which is the light gray one, was a particularly unique color. The texture on those, though, is nice and easy to work with. I'm getting rid of my 3 Body Shop eyeshadows. I bought these at a outlet store, so they were probably older than they should have been to start with. I wasn't that crazy about those. I felt like they were a little bit difficult to work with and not that pigmented, so I won't be buying any more Body Shop eyeshadows. Let's see. I have a bunch of things from Catrice that I'm getting rid of that my friend June sent me. These matte velvet eyeshadows, I think I had them in every shade that they came in that she sent me. I'm very careful with my makeup, and these all busted up and broke apart. They're more like a pigment now than a pressed eyeshadow because they're all broken up inside the containers. But I loved the consistency of these. But yeah, they were so delicate. I've never had that happen before where they all just shattered just from pulling a drawer out occasionally. So too bad about those because I really did like them. I have a couple of their regular singles, new and brown, and I wear my plum glasses at night. If you have access to these Catrice single eyeshadows, I know Ulta sells them, but I think they mostly sell palettes. But anyways, these ones in the lucite containers, they're very nice. So those are the only 2 shades that I'm purging from those. And then I have these smoky eyes kits that I'm getting rid of. All these Catrice things came from my friend June. Getting rid of those. These were very nice as well. Really enjoyed those. I have these 2 Art Deco eyeshadows that she sent me also. And those were really, really nice. This is a high-end brand that they sell in Germany and some other European countries. So we don't have access to Art Deco over here. I would imagine you could probably order from their website though. But those were very nice. Okay, so the rest of these things I bought myself. I have a couple of brow powders from Jordana. These didn't work out for me for my brows, so I started using them as eyeshadows. One is in Natural Taupe, the other one is in Light Ash Brown. And yeah, these worked great as eyeshadows, but those are old now. I have 3 baked eyeshadows from NYX. I'm not a fan of baked anything. I just don't like that texture. It's usually very difficult to work with, and it's hard to pick up product on your brush. These, they look so pretty when they're on, so that I don't know that, you know, it might be worth the effort. It is, the end result is beautiful, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't really like baked products in general, so I probably wouldn't buy any more of those. I have some Maybelline eyeshadow singles. This one did not have a label on the back when I bought it because I got it at Dollar Tree and it was on one of those hard cardboard backings. So I never really did know what color this was, but it's just a peach, but it's so beautiful on, so I'll miss that. And then I have a couple of the regular Maybelline singles, Earthly Taupe and Nude Glow. Yeah, I wouldn't repurchase those. Neither one of them were really that good. Speaking of things that weren't really that good, I have a palette from Wet n Wild called The Naked Truth. This has been discontinued, and this was one of the worst eyeshadow palettes that Wet n Wild ever did from their permanent line. So I won't really be missing that. These two I will miss. These are probably two of the best limited edition eyeshadow palettes that Wet n Wild ever did. Melrose at Night and Smoke and Mirrors. These are fantastic, and I will be sad to see those go. I have a 8-pan palette by Wet n Wild. This was from their spring 2014 collection. It's called Walking the Red Carpet. And these shadows on this side I really, really liked the best. Then I have all these from Wet n Wild's summer collection from 2014. They were all like very bright colors, and at that time I was not really into bright colors, and it's too bad that I have to get rid of these now, because now I'm really more experimental with bright colors, I feel. So too bad I have to get rid of these, because a lot of these are very unique and you just don't see colors like this. I mean, take this one for example. Look at that green. Bright lime green and then a bright true yellow. You know, you see like mustard yellow a lot, but you don't see like a true yellow. And even that pink is pretty unique. But, you know, pretty much every color that you can imagine is in here. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but I had all the palettes from that collection. Okay, NYX pigments. These are the old pigments, you guys, from years ago in the real small containers. They have since moved on, and now they have a whole new line of pigments. More than one, I think, even. I think they have a couple of different lines of new pigments. So these are really, really old, from a long time ago. And I think I bought most of these right before or right as they were being discontinued. So they probably had been sitting on the shelves for a long time from before that. Okay, let's move on now to high-end eyeshadow palettes that I'm getting rid of. Becca. This is the Ombre Nudes palette. It's funny because I barely touched this thing, and it was pretty expensive from Sephora. And I feel like the reason why I didn't really use it that much is because it's not a palette that you can really use just by itself. I mean, you can take some of these shadows and use them with other things, but I don't really do that much, and I want to start doing that because I feel like I will get way more use out of my products if I do. This is a very small palette by the Balm called Hawaii that I got at Kohl's. In case you don't know, Kohl's sells the Balm makeup. As far as I know, that's the only store you can actually get the Balm makeup in without having to order from a website. This was really nice. I really liked that eyeshadow right there. I thought it was beautiful. It's like a shimmery taupe shade. And so I will miss having this little palette. I'm getting rid of both of my Lorac Pro palettes 1 and 2. I really, really enjoyed these and will miss having these. I did use these a lot. It looks like this is the first one, and those have got some dents in them. And then the second one, that one right there was my favorite, Chrome. So I'll miss those. Getting rid of the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. You know, I used to love Too Faced, and you can see a few dents in some of those. I used to love Too Faced, and I haven't bought any of their newer things in a long time. I don't know, I just sort of lost interest in this brand, and I don't really know why. Because their shadows are good, the formula is good, but I think they just started coming out with way too many things, and that really turned me off, because I would, like, they would come out with something and I'd be interested in it, and then 2 weeks later they'd be showing some other thing, and I don't know, that I don't like that. I like it when companies show you something and then put all their focus on that one thing and sort of hype up that product release. It gives you a chance to like get excited about it. I don't know. Too Faced, too many releases with Too Faced. ColourPop has done the same thing now, and I feel so bad because I really was excited about ColourPop pressed eyeshadows when they first came out, and I bought the very first thing that they released. But then all of a sudden they just started releasing things like every week, and it's too much. It's too much. A couple of Bobbi Brown single eyeshadows, Taupe and Rose Gold. Getting rid of those. This is a discontinued palette from Kat Von D. It's called Ladybird. It was a True Romance palette. This is really, really nice. And I think, I don't know, I found some of these colors difficult to come up with looks with, but looking at it now, this is much more suited to my taste now than it was, I think, when I bought it. And the texture of her eyeshadows are really nice, so I'm going to miss that. That was a really good palette from Kat Von D. Okay, Laura Mercier. This is the only thing that I own from Laura Mercier in terms of palettes. This was the Artist palette for eyes and cheeks. And of course this came out in 2014. It was limited edition. Don't really like the color of that blush. That's not really very good for my skin tone. But the eyeshadows, I think, are beautiful because you've got these warmer shades over here, but they're like really neutral, and then you've got these cooler shades over here. So the eyeshadows are gorgeous, and I wish I had used this more. I think as I go through all this, I realize that, you know, I buy way too much stuff, and I feel like if I cut back on the amount of things that I buy, I can enjoy what I have more. I'm going to really try to do that, you guys. And last but not least, I'm getting rid of 3 more palettes from Urban Decay. This is the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, the Naked 2 Basics. I think they discontinued both of their Naked Basics palettes, so that's what this one looks like. Really nice, no complaints. Didn't use it as often as I should have. Naked 3. I'm really going to miss this because I did use this a lot, and a lot of these shades are not available as singles, so I can't just run out and buy the ones that I like the best. I would say Nooner. Nooner is a great crease color, and yeah, you can't buy Nooner as a single, so I'm out of luck. This was the Urban Decay Naked on the Run palette. This came with eyeshadows, a blush, a bronzer, and then this could be a highlighter or an eyeshadow, whichever you want. I like that, and the blush is pretty, but it's not really unique. The eyeshadows on these, with the exception of this one, were not that great a quality. They were really lacking in pigmentation, and yeah, I didn't really use this that much. So that's it, you guys. That's my last declutter for a long, long time. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.